Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA, and home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt, who hope today they will hit all of the right notes. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Commodores will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Horned Frogs offense will go on the attack first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense
just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Horned Frogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. He was showing off those wide receiver skills out of the backfield, making that diving grab.
And if you're going to be a running back...
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Got the back over the middle. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Horned Frogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll go back to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs.
Here we go.
He wants to throw it. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They keep pushing forward, down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to slam it in. He did not make it, a stone wall on 3rd down.
All right, decision time early. I'm just going field goal here. Put some points on the board and pay off this nice opening drive.
And I get that, but I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going for the touchdown. Even if I get stopped, they got to go almost the whole length of the field. I'm starting the game aggressive.
And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards...
There he goes! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Commodores trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
This defense is a very well-coached unit, and they're very, very active, and they're very aware of what's going on. Everybody on defense there knew where the quarterback wanted to go with it. Everyone trying to get their hands in the air to swat it down.
He's got the tight end. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the...
Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Barnes. Finds the tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
Just a simple power play, power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a 4th quarter game. Make them feel you, keep them off balance.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's it for the period, and it's Vanderbilt holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've got it back after that last drive. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll try to pop the draw. Crosses the 30. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And the Horned Frogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Pucks it out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The Horned Frogs looking to convert on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Nice move, creates some space. Turning it on. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. Sets up the screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Good, solid tackle. And the Commodores come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Barnes. Quickly complete. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. String 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
On target. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. The give is to Williams. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to pass. It's Barnes. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the give to the back. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. And the Commodores are in the red zone. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this 1st half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy. What a nice stop here.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. To the air on 1st down. It's complete to the left. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Horned Frogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quickly complete. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Defense playing a bail technique. Bought a little time, lets it go. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in Nashville, and we've had a lively first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at First Bank Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decisions. You want to see him playing on time, and as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him, so I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz, and not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You've still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end, and you add the answer to the test right there.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air, it's Barnes. Flips it out in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Makes the grab. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Grab behind the line. It's Williams. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this third down. Quick strike complete. Across the 25, he's got room. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Commodores getting set on 1st and 10. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Commodores. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now and I'm using my athleticism and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And he'll go down after a huge gain and picking up the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that one.
He'll do it himself. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown. 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Trying to barge in. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he makes the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back. He's looking at his playlist. And he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Right on the money. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. Here, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
And the Commodores in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give on the inside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. So you've come up big. You've forced a 3rd down. One more big stop. Now I can get him to punt the football, give my offense a chance to go down the field and to score some points.
Gets it out quickly. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
And that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
To the air, it's Barnes. Got his man quickly. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. The run from the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Commodores had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Keep it on the ground. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
I think coming into this season, they thought in order to have success, we have got to be able to run the ball and get this guy going. He hasn't scored yet this year, but a golden...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Vandy. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
And with With this touchdown, man, you got to get a little bit excited. Getting your first win of the season. First 2 weeks has not gone how you wanted it to go. But today, put a good game together. Offense now, scoring this last touchdown. Defense go out, hold on, don't make big mistakes, and you got your first dub of the season.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. To the ground with the back. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. The Horned Frogs want to pick up the tempo.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here.
He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Now the play fake. Buying some time. He'll pull it down and run. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. Wants to fire on second down. Turns it loose. It's caught. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. It's one thing to get that huge play. Now you got to cash it in with 6. First and 10 from the 24. Caught over the middle. It's Burks.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep him in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
Wants to throw again. Going for 6. Holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
Now, I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.